How's everyone
Good
doing?
morning. Sorry, I was muted. So excited to be here this morning and have another coffee crypto chat.
I was too busy over here dancing.
Right? And because you're all energized, you just came from the gym.
This is my second day back. I swear, getting up and going to the gym was tough, but I got goals. We got an event in the end of June, and I refuse to go in there as a size 12. I'm going in there as a size 8.
Let's get it.
This girl has set some goals. So this morning, ladies, instead of having, let me change this up a little bit. All right. All right. So this morning, instead of having coffee, I'm gonna salute you guys with celery and pineapple juice.
Yum.
You can bring whatever you want to the coffee and crypto chat. Truth of the matter is that this is about talking, bringing a beverage, chilling out with your favorite peeps, and talking about money. Because let's be honest, money makes the world go around.
Absolutely.
So, Livy, tell us, how's your morning been?
I'll tell you what, it was wonderful to wake up this morning and go to my portfolio and see it wasn't a bloodbath of
Right?
of all like red negative percentage losses. It was like 98% green this morning. And I was like, oh, all is well in the world again.
Praise Jesus. Yeah,
So
right.
that was great. I just got off a 3-minute, what's it called? 3-minute bag session with our team. So I just did a little HFX trading. I went 5-0 on my trade. So like I'm a money magnet. Like what can I say? I am a money magnet. I'm feeling good and excited for the chat today.
I just messaged Francis this morning and said, okay, sis, Mom, hook me up because I'm missing out on these 2-3
You're missing out.
holidays. Let me.
You're missing out.
I just told my husband, so we're gonna have to hit this gym earlier so I can get in on this 10 a.m.
It's pretty much like now a standing meeting for me, like 10 a.m. I'm trading with my team and it's like lit. It's litty lit. Like we're dancing just like how we came in. We're dancing while we're waiting for the market to drop or raise. Like it's so much fun. It's really
I'm on it tomorrow. You say no more.
And anybody listening, if you're wondering what we talk about, message whoever invited you because yeah, we get money in lots of different ways. Crypto is just one, and like probably I think the three of us are favorite, but we also do not like leaving money on the table. So when there's other opportunities to grab a bag or two, we are snatching them, right? So there's lots of stuff we can share with you guys about this wealth movement.
Yeah. What about you, Francis? How was your morning? I know when I first talked to you this morning, you was dropping babies off and
Yes. Hence why I'm here looking like I've just been running around kids. And it's so funny because my niece is 20, but she's like our adult child. So we're teaching her how to drive. She comes from New York City and it's so busy there that driving's not really a priority. You kind of just get around. But here you need to drive. All we have is corn. It's not that exciting. So I've been on the go, but it's been amazing. It's just been a great morning. I was on the 3-minute bag with Livy. I went 6-0, which was amazing in like less than 30 minutes because the first 20 we were just educating people, but that was really awesome. And then I'm here for all the crypto stuff. So I was like, oh, leaving the child upstairs. I'm going to hide in the basement because I got some things to talk about. So it's been awesome though. Awesome.
Yeah. And you know, this was 2-minute makeup. I am the queen of no makeup, but I figured since this video may live beyond me, that I want them to say, well, at least she had eyebrows. So let's jump in, ladies. For those of you who are visiting with us for the very first time, this is our 2 times a week, our Coffee and Crypto Session. I am one of your co-hosts along with my beautiful sisters, Livy and Frances. The reason why we decided to do this is because we just really felt like there was not enough conversations going on about the basics of crypto, especially when the market is shifting so rapidly and people just want to know. And so we want to break it down to you guys, offer you an opportunity to partner with us or partner with whoever brought you to the table, or I call it leave with the person who brought you to the dance. And this is just a general conversation. If you have questions, feel free to post them in the chat area, and I promise you we'll answer them. So let's dive in, ladies. One of the things I said we were going to talk about today is what is crypto and the blockchain. And by the way, if you guys have questions that we don't answer, if you're not in one of our communities, please join them or get back in touch with the person who sent you here. But Livy, this was a great question. I'll let you jump in because you guys are hosting is my thing. Answering the geeky stuff is, you guys are so much better at that. All I know is I make money.
I hear that. And there's nothing wrong with that. And there's also nothing wrong with jumping in, which is what I've kind of done and you're doing, Pam, and like learning as you go. Like you don't have to understand everything to make money. You can jump in, take steps and grow and learn every single day. That's what I've been doing. I know that's how Frances has learned. And honestly, and sometimes like, for instance, maybe say on trading, sometimes that lesson is learned in a loss. Okay. I've had a couple of those lessons, you know, or in crypto, that lesson is learned in not taking advice from somebody right when you should have. Yesterday was a great day to buy, to get in. Yesterday was a great time to enter the market. It was like a fire sale. Okay. Now exchanges were acting up. I was trying to grab my fire sale stuff and Uphold was not letting me be great and grab my XRP at under $1. I was so mad. But I did get it at like 110 and 120. I got 2 entries yesterday. But anyway, let's talk really quick about crypto. I'm going to give you like the crypto and blockchain definition like for dummies. So like the most basic, like no technology knowledge needed. So crypto is a digital currency. What does that mean? That means that you can use it to exchange for goods or services, just like we do with our fiat, our paper money, right? People really get wrapped up in like, well, how is the value? How, you know, and you don't even really need to understand that because that piece like is complicated, but at the very basis, you have to understand that stuff like has the value we give it, right? Like we could decide tomorrow that pens were a hot commodity and these simple pens all of a sudden were so hard to find and so rare that if you had them, they were valuable and you can use them to trade for money, to trade for services. This pens could become a currency. Tulip bulbs went crazy in the past, you know? So it's what value is what we put on it. Sometimes it's bartering. Sometimes it's my service. That's the value. And in exchange for whatever you're going to give me. Toilet paper. Right. Oh my gosh. Right. In this. Thank you. That was so good. Remember 2020. Yes. Toilet paper. Oh, ladies, we're throwing elbows in the market for some toilet paper. Okay. Ready to rumble for some toilet paper. So it's a digital currency that you can use to buy services, products, goods. It's here to stay. Digital currency is the future. Make no mistakes, because even if you're not in the crypto space, you are purchasing things digitally. Do you use Apple Pay? Do you like PayPal? Do you send money digitally? Like if you are, congratulations, you've dipped your toe in the digital currency pond, because best believe there's not like a bag. I said this, I don't know if you were on the call on Tuesday, there's no bag of money that's following this transaction that we just made. So like if I wired you $500 from my bank to yours, my bank is not following up with a box of $500 and sending it to your bank. It was a digital transaction. Boom, these zeros and ones are entered into the computer. They go through cyberspace, they go through wires, fiber optics and all that, and boom, you've got money to spend, okay? Without this paper dollar, without this money that we are so used to. So that's digital currency. What's amazing is we call them projects. There's a whole vast of them. There's stable coins, there's altcoins, there's, excuse my French, shit coins, meme coins, okay? There's like this whole breadth of of digital currency, and it's really important you get an understanding of what each are. But it's also important that you get in. Now the blockchain, Frances explains it so well. The blockchain is the ledger, and she really compares it to when back in the day, confession, I was never good at this. So thankfully we have the blockchain to do it for us. But remember, like when you'd write a check and it'd be like, okay, withdraw check to so and so, and you were like keeping a tally, and it was all there. So if your account didn't add up, you could go look at your ledger and see. That's what the blockchain is. It can store blocks of information there forever. It's completely, anybody can see anything that happens on the blockchain. It's decentralized. There's no man like behind the scenes pushing the button. So it's just now keeping a ledger of all these transactions happening in the crypto space. As a real world example of how cool it is, I had a friend coming freaking out a couple nights ago because she made a transfer and she wanted to transfer one cryptocurrency to another wallet. She did it, she saw it there, and then all of a sudden she was locked out of her wallet. And she's like, Livy, what do I do? Like, did they just steal my money? So I'm like researching, trying to find what to do. And one of the tips I saw was to search your wallet address. So go search your wallet address, because then you can see like what's happened there. And you'll see if it got, you know, deposited in, and then if it was taken out. So at first, let's just cross out if your crypto was even stolen. So we put her wallet address in, it was still there. It was still there. So, okay, now we know, because, and I have nothing to do. I'm not authorized on her account, but because it's decentralized, because it's wide open, it's also anonymous. It doesn't say her name on it, but because I know her wallet address, I can see the transactions. We know her crypto is not stolen. So now, okay, let's figure out how to get into this wallet to access your funds. So that's like just one example of how powerful it is. And you can do that on any account. If you know the wallet address, you can see everything. So it's really, really very fascinating. You can see I'm like a little addicted to this stuff. But I hope that's helpful. Definitely drop any questions in the comments. And Frances, I don't know if you want to fill in any blanks. You're better at that description than I am.
No, you did amazing. So I love the blockchain conversation because I come from banking. And can anybody agree here? It's not really that secure. You ever had to deal with fraud on your account? It's like, let me pull out the last little bit of hair I got left after babies, right? Like it's not fun. And the biggest thing that I love about the blockchain is the security. Like, I know people are scared because everything's digital, but Livy just laid that thing out. Like, everything's digital already anyway. So technology doesn't care about how we feel, but there are just certain things that we have to appreciate about the blockchain, whether we come from banking or not, right? So the security piece, with the blockchain, I love it because, like she said, it's not showing the person's name. So you have to have their wallet address to even look that up, right? To see if it exists, is it still there? But the other thing I want you guys to know is every transaction, like she said, the blockchain is basically a ledger. It's just keeping a record. It's a database that keeps record. So every single transaction that's coming in and out is also encrypted individually. So encryption in the tech world is a really big deal. And I love that. The other part that I love is it's time stamped. There's no, oh no, I didn't send that. No, I didn't do that. You know, I want my money back. No, sir, you had to have asked for that person's wallet address. They had to have sent it to you for you to even send them money. So it is your transaction. So I think it cuts out like a lot of the noise that we see in the banking world with disputes and this merchant charged my card 4 times. Like it cuts out a lot of the noise. So I really love it. And you did perfect. Like it's just a ledger and it's technology essentially.
Yeah, I think Livy, your explanation was really good because a lot of people, like, I'm not a tech savvy person. A lot of folks would probably find that really surprising, considering that I've been in internet marketing for a long time. I know how to do things, but once I learned how to do that particular thing, I got it. But learning how to do it is a totally different thing. And don't put it into really difficult terms. I think honestly, that's why I didn't look at crypto before, because when they started explaining the blockchains, they didn't explain it like that. If someone had explained it to me like that 10 years ago, I would have put my money in, but I didn't understand it like that. It was explained to me in a way that I felt like we were about to build a robot. And so because of that, I walked away from it. But that was really good information. The next question that we're going to go into that came to us was what is the difference between trading and investing? And as you guys heard earlier, my sisters were mentioning that they were trading this morning and doing the high frequency Forex. So let's talk a little bit about the difference between trading and actually investing, because right now I consider myself more of an investor and not a trader, even though I've traded before in the past. But I'll be a trader and an investor by Monday. But you guys, since you're frequently trading, why don't you kind of give the difference between some of the services that we offer and the difference between investing?
Yeah, so Livy, do you want me to go first or? Okay, perfect. I'll go ahead and go, and then I know she'll piggyback or add her immense value because y'all, she's killing it. So trading and investing, the number one thing that always comes to my mind is I feel like short-term strategy could be used in both worlds, but mainly when we look at it, trading is like your short-term strategy in the market where you can continuously be pulling profit to then turn around and invest, because that's like your longer term game plan. So that's why we say, don't go into investing into crypto with your rent money, because the truth is that's not the strategy for investing, right? So when I think of trading versus investing, the other word that comes to my mind is leverage, right? I feel like we're leveraged in every aspect of the word, whether you have a job or you're an entrepreneur, you're leveraging other people, to help you do something amazing. But with trading, the greatest thing about it is the leverage, right? All of you on the line, you can ask yourself this question, but for the most part, when Bitcoin broke a high of 60 something thousand, right? 60,000, let's just call it 60. Most people in their mind were like, oh, I'm too late because I don't have 60,000 to buy a Bitcoin. Well, that comes from misinformation because one, you don't have to buy a whole one, but two, there's the skill set of trading. So what is trading? Because maybe you're out here like, what does that mean? Do I give you some dollars? You give me some coins, Francis? I don't really get it. That was me. I didn't really understand trading. But if we think about like Pam said, let's keep it super simple. The old barter system back in the day, right? Like if you had something valuable that I needed to come to the table with something to trade off. That's what we do in the market. But the biggest thing is you benefit from whatever fluctuation is happening. So right now, while everyone's panicking, Bitcoin went down $30,000, hashtag it's 50% off. In the world of trading, I'm like, oh, these are some beautiful trading positions because I know it's working downward right now. So the greatest thing about trading is I can leverage what I know is happening in the market, what I see is happening, whether it's up or down, doesn't make me a difference as a trader because I can ride that wave down and I can ride it back up. But the biggest thing to know is I don't have to have control or physical ownership of whatever I'm trading. So whether that's Bitcoin, Ethereum, traditional currencies, right? Like the US dollar, the Japanese yen. I mean, you can trade anything from regular currencies. You can trade commodities. I love trading things like gold, silver. So you can trade pretty much anything, cryptocurrencies. And the biggest thing to know is the reason why you trade, it's for leverage, you guys. We know what's happening in the market. So why not take advantage of that? That's another stream of income, essentially. But the biggest piece is I don't have to physically have that Bitcoin I'm trading. I don't have to physically have that Ethereum I'm trading. I can put a set amount of dollars. So let's just say I want to start small. I can start with $50 in a trading account. And then I take positions based off of my tolerance in my account. So let's say I start with a $50 account. I can take $2 risk in the market, take that $2 easily to 10, 15, 20, 25, because I know where the market is going. So the biggest thing that I want you to keep in mind with trading versus investing is the leverage. Leverage what you know is happening while we have to hold our longer term positions for the bigger gain, right? So this is like your short-term gain. You ride the waves, whether it's up or down. And then the investing part is I'm holding Bitcoin and I don't care if it hits 19 because I know it's going to 100,000 and beyond. But hey, as a trader, if it's at 19 and I know we're about to push back up, oh, I'm riding that buy all the way to the top. So that's the biggest thing with trading versus investing. And if you're that person that's like, look, I don't have a lot to start with, know that whether it's $5 or 500 or 5,000 in the crypto world, that matters. So take advantage of a skill set like trading, because that's your leverage. That's your leverage to say, let me take 500 to 5 grand and then take some of that profit and put it into a longer term strategy in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, and other projects that we know we need to hold on to. So hopefully that was a pretty broken down, but not super technical. It's really all about the leverage. Like, I want money from any way I could grab it that's legal in 2021. So when I saw the skill of trading,
Right.
there's just nothing like it. Nothing. So Livy, whatever you want to add to that, but I love trading.
Yeah, no, that was so good. So good. Like, I don't really have anything to add to that as far as like explaining, but I will say I was so and I like consider myself like, well, first let me say I was very intimidated by trading. I saw people talking about it and it just was a language I didn't speak. I like struggled when I had to take accounting in business class. Like, that accounting was different than math. I was good at math, but horrible in accounting. So I don't know. I just was like intimidated. And but I'm also the type of person that I believe in my ability to learn something. I believe that if I focus, I can get it. And so when I joined this community, I was all about crypto. I started learning about trading crypto, but it helped me break those like mental block I had of like, why not? What do you mean, Livy? Why? Because you've never done it before. Like, that's all it is. You haven't taken the time to learn about it. So I really like had to get rid of a mindset of something like, this is not for me because I don't get it. I've never done it before. Only this type of person like are successful. Like, what is the Wolf of Wall Street? That's what I think about trading before I got into this. You know what I mean? Like, super aggressive, screaming on the stockroom floor, sell, sell, sell. You know, like, I had no idea. I was just ignorant. And so I've learned so much about trading and really brought in that wall down of just like, oh, this is all it is. And oh, I do get it. And oh, I can make money. The other thing I'll touch on though, when it comes to crypto and like I talked about the different type of coins. Now I am like all about having a super smart, well-rounded portfolio, but I would be lying if I said I didn't play around in those meme coin streets because I feel like they're quick gains to make there. They're not long-term strategies. They're not super solid long-term investments because those projects are not tied to like a problem that they're fixing in the world. They're not tied to anything real. So I almost treat those like I'm trading. It's not something I'm married to, emotionally tied to. I hear about something, I look at it, it's like 0.000023 cents, and I snatch them up, waiting to jump out of the market. So I'm in and out. So I kind of use like a trading strategy with those type of coins. And obviously with my bigger my bays, the coins that we talked about on Tuesday, Ethereum, XRP, like I'm holding those and riding those to the moon, you know, and that's where my investment strategy comes in.
It's interesting that you mentioned about the what we call the shit coins. We're all adults here. We've said shit before, and if you haven't,
Right. I know, I'm like,
but the interesting thing is that I think before Dogecoin kind of made its debut. I don't know why I can't get that word out. You ever have words you just can't get out? Okay, that's today. Before, people were talking about these coins really hold no value. And that coin really started making people take a second look at those types of coins and saying, you know what, they could just be fun. But if there's a community rallying behind that coin and they feel like it has value, and it's just like you mentioned earlier, anything can have value. And even if it doesn't solve a real world problem, Deutsch didn't serve any purpose until the people got behind it and fell in love with it. And that became their bay. That became something that they wanted to see turn into other things. And crazy enough, it has the possibility to turn into a solution solver. So that's the really crazy thing I think about crypto, is that anything is possible. Anything is probable. And before I wouldn't have seen it that way. I just saw it as an exchange for money. But now I see that there are entire communities. If you look on Facebook, if you're watching this right now, go and look up some of your favorite coins, even the shit coins. They have communities behind them. You can go and find entire groups on Doge with hundreds of thousands of people in there rallying behind the coin. So it's really, that's really just kind of interesting to me, the difference between and they're trading it too, but primarily they're getting rid of it, but most people are holding it. So very weird. But let's talk a little bit about how someone can get started in crypto, because I think that's the biggest thing. I know for me, before I got started, it was just, it seemed like I was trying to learn Chinese or some other foreign language. It was just very foreign to me. And it wasn't until I got involved with this academy and it was broken down to me in a way that even my 4-year-old grandson could understand, I went, okay, now I finally got it. So feel free to jump in, ladies. How did you get started? Why did you get started? And how can somebody who's watching with us today get started with us?
I'd love to start with one thing that I think is really important, and we're going to solve that problem for you right now. But I think community. I think having people in your circle that have similar interests, so are interested in crypto, are researching, are starting to think about investing, are currently investing, have a great portfolio, just the whole breadth of it. But having a community is so important, because there's stuff you want to talk about and things you want to learn about. And so it's just, to me, that's like the open door, that's the open door. And that's what we have here, honestly. That's what we have here. The three of us came together to do this call today. But like I said, on Tuesday, we chat every single day. We chat every single day. We have wealth conversations every single day. We answer each other's questions. We show like, hey girl, I just grabbed some of this. Have you checked it out? Every single day. And to me, that's a huge piece, because then it takes away the like, all right, I'm not crazy. Okay, this lingo is starting to like wear on me. You know what I mean? I'm starting to understand it. And I have people that are like doing the same thing. I can follow along and learn as I go. So community is number one. And we have an amazing, amazing crypto community. I'd love to kick it to Francis, because then I think, having access to the information to learn is key. And we can check that box too. So I don't know, Francis, do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I have the second and third, really, because Pam talked about this too, but you can't go to someone who not only doesn't understand what you're trying to understand, but really has never done what you're trying to do, to ask them how to do it. And for me, I come from financial services, but all of my network was taught what I was taught. Oh no, that's foo-foo money. It's fake. Stay away from it. By the way, financial institutions are the main ones buying crypto right now. But I knew that I needed to have that conversation, but I had to come to the realization I can't have it with them. They know currently what I know, and they don't have the interest. It would be a little different if they were interested. Now collectively, we go find the people who do this and we learn from them. And for me, that was the biggest thing. I came across Wanda Webb on accident on Instagram, but it was a money conversation, which was already attractive to me, because I'm all about how do I get smarter? I'm tired of working hard. But then it was the access that she had. So I heard her say things like, I get to learn about learn from one of the only gentlemen who's purchased a property fully in cryptocurrency, the only documented in the world. That was attractive to me, because if he's done that, he understands stuff about this world that I clearly don't, right? Or Crypto Picasso, who companies all around the world were fighting to have on their platforms to teach their people cryptocurrency. Hey, I need access to him, because I can't go to someone who doesn't even understand what a crypto portfolio is to ask them, how do I create 6, 7, 8 figures in this world? We could do it in US dollar, but the truth is our dollar has no value. I would much prefer to do it with a technology that we know is taking over. We'll be voting on blockchain technology before you know it. So that was the biggest key for me, was how do I get access to those people? And my answer was the academy that we're a part of, not because we need to sell you anything, but the truth for me was I need access that, regardless of who told me about a platform, can I get into it 24/7? My schedule's crazy. I have a 1-year-old who is like 30 people in one little body. I need access 24/7. I need to know that if my friend who told me about it is not free, I have guidance, I have direction. I could go and get on with an educator who has a multiple 9-figure portfolio and say, hey, what was that coin? Or actually, hey, I hear people on the internet talking about this project. What do you think? Because you've studied cryptocurrency since inception. And that was the biggest thing for me. I like Livy made such a good point. There's nothing wrong with any kind of coin. But if you're not educated and properly diversified, it's a problem when people on the street have only one investment fully in one thing. You can't do that. You definitely can't do that. And so it's the access piece for me. So the academy was simple. I was spending less than $200 for the crypto portion. We teach a lot of other things, but really our main goal is how do we teach you to get savvy in a digital era? That's all we try to do. And crypto is number one because it is here already. You have a US digital currency wallet, whether you know it or not. It's on congress.gov. Every US citizen got one in January. If you go look, the US is testing out their digital dollar. China's digital dollar is already working if you go look at what they're doing. So we just got to understand these are what they call wealth indicators. And to me, I may not know what to do, but I saw what everyone else is doing. So that tells me I need to get access so I can get with the program, but it's about positioning. I don't want to wait till they throw me in a pond and I don't know how to swim and everybody else is swimming. It's kind of like that FOMO. I'll be honest. I had the fear of missing out, not so much so the money part, but the understanding, because this is how we're going to do life through the blockchain. And so the access was simple to me. It just made sense. Access 24/7 to live mentorship, the community. So if one of us sees a project or if I was on a live session and they couldn't make it, I'm like, hey guys, did you buy OMI? Because that token just got backed by the NFL. So it's little things like that. And that's why money making is a team sport. Crypto money making is a team sport, because the truth is we're all only one person, right? But if one person gets on a session, the other one couldn't get on, then the other person's on the other session. We all just make sure everyone is getting what they came for. And that's the biggest part of the academy for me is the access, it's the people, and I'm staying around the people who have what I need to create in this space. And I just can't do it anywhere else but here. So hopefully that answers it. And it's less than $200. So I was like, I bought those shoes for my birthday. Still couldn't make it to Latin night. Thank you, COVID. But
And I think one of the,
Right.
let me back up a little bit. I think you have a very good point. The community is major, but it's adapting to change. And I know I'll be 51 this year, and adapting to change, sometimes it's hard for people. But I want you to think back to early 2020. A couple of years ago, when I would travel, I would always wear a mask, but it's because I have, asthma and I have a heart condition. And so I didn't want to catch anybody's cooties. But people would look at me as if, I was somebody who had something I was going to transmit to them. And so wearing masks was not something that we were comfortable with. It wasn't something that we did. Now you think about fast forward a year later after this pandemic has started, and if you see somebody out without a mask, you're like, oh, how dare them come in the store without a mask? And it's because over the years period of time, we've learned that change happens and we have to adapt to change. The same thing is happening right now with cryptocurrency. When Livy and I had started talking, it's exactly what I said to Livy. We were talking, we were trying to dabble in doing some things by ourselves. And I said, it would be really great if we could find a community. And Livy said, absolutely, we need to find a community we could plug into. And Livy said, let me work on this. And lo and behold, she worked on it. And I'm so thankful that she did, because she led us to this community. And it's been a blessing beyond words that I can even put into it. But we're learning to adapt, because I keep telling people in the next 3 to 5 years, if you don't learn what's going on with this market right now, whether the education is with us or through another resource, you're going to be left so far behind that you're not even going to be able to go into the grocery store and buy groceries. So Livy, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, just so like to kind of recap, what does it take to get into crypto? It takes curiosity. Are you going to get left behind? Are you willing to like put some time and money into that? And the next step is courage. Hold on, honey. The next step would be courage. Like, okay, nobody else I know is doing this, but this is kind of calling me. This is kind of making sense to me. and I believe that, you know, plugging into this community, I will have the people that I need around me. But then like the nuts and bolts, when you get into the community and you're on the academy, you're going to learn about setting up a wallet. You're going to learn about creating privacy, so that like the proper privacy protocol, so that, you know, all this hard work and your investments can't just be taken from you. You're going to learn about developing a super solid portfolio that has really strong long-term holds, and then talks a little bit about, hey, get in here. So you're gonna have a list of coins to say, if you have $500, spread this out amongst these coins. You're gonna have the nuts and bolts to get started, and it's something that you can digest at your own time, on your schedule. To me, that's been priceless, because it is like, what do I do? Throw a dart at a board, and I don't even fully get what market cap is. And sure, I can see this chart, but really, like, what's a candle? You know what I'm saying? Like, all of these questions that you're gonna have, you're gonna get these answers to. But in the meantime, have some really solid steps to take while you're learning and while it's becoming second nature. So those are the things that you want to think about and work towards. That's how you would get started in crypto.
I was just typing in the chat area for anyone who's interested in learning more about the Academy. It's less than $200 a month, which quite honestly, I made back within 24 hours of joining. It's been mind blowing. My investment portfolio has tripled. So it's been a learning experience, but the Academy is less than $200 per month. I can tell you that when me and my husband go out to eat, we easily spend $40, $50, and we're not talking about anything gourmet. We're talking about going to get a falafel or something inexpensive. But right now, if you decide that you want to get involved, get back in touch with the person who sent you here and find out how you can get started. And right now they are currently running promotion, which is unheard of, where you'll get $50 back for signing up in Bitcoin. And that's only going on for, I think, the next 24 hours. I think it ends on tomorrow. So make sure that you get back in touch with the person, let them know you want to know more about this education. And we're so happy to have you guys here with us. I'm so thankful that these two beautiful young ladies gave up their morning to share with us. And we love doing this. It honestly gives me a chance to kind of geek out and find out more. And every time I get off the session, I'm like, oh, wow, our OMI just went up. So when I heard that, I was like, really? I didn't know that, because like I said, I'm not geeky like that. I just buy. I just buy stuff. I absorb, but listen, I'm going to go get me some more as soon as we get off. That's why my head.
It's actually a great time to buy. It's cheaper than when I bought it, which is like, grab it now. And it's a long-term hold.
Yes. I was literally about to say, selfless plug, OMI. It's actually called Ecomi. And I just want to give you like a little drop of why this project is so exciting. So I'm a 90s baby. But it's exciting because it's based off of a lot of the comic world. So think about like Marvel, Cartoon Network, the NFL just partnered with the token. So when we talk about, like Livy said, a long-term hold, like this is something, guys, like $200 will buy you like over 20,000 tokens. And it's projected to go to $1, $10. Like, listen, if that thing goes to $10 with my 40, 50 some thousand coins, we're going to ride camels on somebody's water. Okay. Because I mean, so literally
I'll be
$10.
right there with you.
Yes, like $10 of this Akami token can get you 1,000 coins roughly. So I think Jacqueline had a question. Let me look at the chat.
I did see one. What amount do you need to start with crypto?
Oh, so that's a really good question. The answer is exactly what you have to give in this moment, right? So what I love about the Academy is we don't handle your investment, which I love, because honestly, the problem with the crypto world is, platforms or people that are, scamming and saying, hey, if you send me 1,000, I'll send you back 10. First of all, if they say that, run really fast, because you could take your own 1,000 and take it to 10. But the biggest key is you pay for your Academy. That gives you access to everything we have 24/7, including an app that literally tells you what to do. Livy dominates that app. If you're connected to her, get with her. She can break that app down for you. But the biggest thing about crypto is you could start with $10, right? The Akami token is a perfect OMI, perfect example. You could take $10 and own hundreds of that token. Let that thing go to $1. You literally just took like $20 to, I don't know how much if it goes to $1, right? So it takes $20. It could take 50. It could take 100. Literally, if all you had was 10 extra dollars to trade or invest, we'll show you to use what you have. So know that no matter what extra you have right now, one, you don't got to stay there. But two, you got to do something different. And that means get access and let people show you how other people with smaller barriers of entry are really taking off. So Livy, I'll let you add to that too.
Yeah, no, that was perfect. And I think you're exactly right. You can get in wherever you want to start. And it's something that like, okay, today I have $100. Maybe next paycheck, I'll have $200 more. Like go at your own pace. Go at your own pace. Go where you're comfortable. And that's where people, I think, mess up, freak out, act out of fear because they heard about this Dogecoin. They had $1,000 in their account, but it was their last $1,000. They put it in, and because someone told them they're going to be rich, and then like a day like yesterday happens, and the market drops, and it's like, now I have to get my money out, and it's like, well, no, like, no, you don't, but also like you shouldn't put everything you have in there. You know what I mean? Then you wouldn't be sweating right now. Like you could just write it out. So there's totally strategy. And nobody will have a different situation. I got 4 kids. Like, who knows? Who knows? So it's like my number is different than yours. And that's okay. We can work with all budgets. And then the other thing I wanted to touch on is what Pam talked about, this promo, this $50 promo. This is so major because it's, I don't know, I want to make sure you didn't miss this part. It's not just $50. $50 would be great, but it's $50 in Bitcoin. So it's $50 in an asset that is going to grow. So like if I were you, I would get that $50 in Bitcoin. Oh, guess what? Congratulations. You're now in the crypto space and you have $50 in Bitcoin. So you're in the game. You're in the game. And then guess what I would do? Forget about that $50 and let that bad boy grow. I would check on it every once in a while, see what it's doing. Oh wow, it's 75. Oh wow. You know, that would be my first investment, period. So just something to think about. If I didn't have that promo when I got in, but if I did, I would have loved it. I would have for sure snatched that Bitcoin off the table. But that's all I really have to say.
Yeah, and I didn't get that $50 Bitcoin, but I did get some other Bitcoin, a whole lot of Bitcoin, because the Academy pays you to learn. And so it's been a blessing. But guys, we wanted to try and keep this short and sweet, which we could go on forever and ever. You have no idea.
Yes.
We're in our chat all day talking about this stuff. But again, get back in touch. What is an abbreviation? Oh, okay, ALMI. Yeah, I was just on there now like, oh, what is the price? And it's less than what I bought it for. So I'm going to, pull a calculator out and see how much more we can grab. But I love these little tips. I love our community. I love how the women in our community share openly. There's no competition. We all are,
I love that.
And we all want to win. So thank you guys for being with us. We do Coffee and Crypto Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. Please invite your friends, anyone who you love who wants to know more about crypto, bring them here. And then we have several other sessions going on during the week that we'd love to have you involved with too. So get back in touch with the person who invited you, and we'll see you again on Tuesday at 11 a.m. Have a great day.
Thank you guys.
Thank you,
See you
ladies. Have an amazing
later.
day. Bye, everyone.